So Natasha Denona just came out with I Need a Warm palette. This is her latest release. This followed obviously I Need a Nude palette, which is what this is supposed to kind of go with. I Need a Nude palette is the more neutral, leaning cool. This one is the warm version of it. Now this has got a couple of new formulas, eyeshadow formulas that she's introducing in this palette. I've got the full 411 on this palette, and I've got two eye looks that I'm going to do for you, as always in natural daylight. I always make sure to show you eyeshadows in natural daylight. This is my studio, but I'm gonna cut away to the natural daylight application for the two eye looks I'm going to do for you with this palette. So let's jump right in. Hey beauties, welcome back to another fabulous makeup review. This time I'm going to review Natasha Denona's latest palette right here. This is called I Need a Warm palette. I'm not a huge fan of this new design or component that she came out with. This was the same, sorry, this one's really filthy. So this is the I Need a Nude, like the same sort of like weird design. Not a huge fan. It's a little too bulky with this glass over there. It got a little thick. You know, I would much prefer it if she would keep up with this type of more slick design that she did for the Glam palette. That would have been much nicer, not as thick, and it just looks sleek. I love even more this type of packaging, although it does get a little thumbprinty, like because your thumbprints get on it really easily. This is the Glam palettes, the two palettes that she came out with, like the two color stories here. So yeah, I prefer that sort of packaging, but anyway, it doesn't really matter to me, the packaging too much. So here is the palette. Obviously I've used this already to create the two looks for you in natural daylight. So here's a close-up of the palette. Guys, this just right off the bat looks boring, which this type of palette tends to be. Same thing with the I Need a Nude palette. At first it looks pretty boring when you look at it. This is I Need a Nude, which leans cool to neutral, whereas this is the direct warm version of this palette right here. Kind of complements the nude one. This is the warm, this is the nude. Yeah, it's boring. I would say this looks more interesting than this. The new warm palette is pretty boring looking. Can't create too many exciting looks. This one is probably the most exciting it's going to get with this, which I created with this right here. Do you see how that shifts? This is the only like triochrome shade, if I'm not mistaken, in this palette. This palette debuts two new, in her words, innovative formulas. They are Slip Cream Matte and Metal Gloss. So the Metal Gloss formula she's talking about is right here, the shade named Snug. So let me swatch it for you. It feels pretty kind of like weird on the fingertip, honestly. Let me go ahead and swatch it for you on my palm, because the palm does a pretty good job of showing the finish of eyeshadows. Of course, in the natural daylight demo here very soon, you will see this in natural daylight as well. And then she has this one right here, Flash Over, the second new formula she's debuting, the Slip Cream Matte formula that she calls them. This kind of like, to me, looks very similar to, or exactly the same as the wet, what do you call it, wet dry formula. What did she call them? The cream to matte something. The kind of like the wet formula she had before, it just feels exactly very similar. except this one is a little bit more, I feel like has more slip to it, and it's a little bit more silky than that older formula. So those are the two new formulas that she's debuting. This one is the Metal Gloss, and this one is the Slip Cream Matte. This one is called Slip, and this one is called Flashover. So yeah, those are the two new formulas. And then she has just one Triochrome, which is right here. It's called Phenomena. So this is the Triochrome. So this is the two new formulas, and this is the Triochrome. I don't know how I got some black schmutz on it, probably from that I need a nude palette. So there is that Triochrome. It has, shift to it, 3 different color shift. So which is what I have on right now. It's one of the 2 looks I created, and I created looks using all these colors. So let me swatch all this here in the studio as well, as I go here. Okay, there's another Metal Gloss color here called Homey. So this is what that looks like, and that's pretty fabulous looking actually. So let me swatch it right here next to Phenomenon. So actually there are 2 Metal Gloss colors, this one and this one. It is Snug and Homey that are Metal Gloss colors. And I created the 2 looks using these new formulas in the 2 looks. You guys will see. Okay, starting from left to right, we have Pep, which is described as a matte deep warm brown. Homey, which is a Metal Gloss warm nude. Hanker, metallic medium dark golden brown. Then Dynamism, duochrome medium brown with green specks. Flashover is Slip Cream Matte medium clay brown. Elm is a sparkling foiled light bronzy nude. Snug is Metal Gloss soft browns. Vim, matte deep warm brown. Push is a sparkling foiled medium rusty rose gold. Fervor, matte medium warm caramel. Soft Spot, matte medium earthy brown. Fancy, metallic champagne. Then we have Phenomenon, which is the multichrome. It's a multichrome peach pink green. And then Right, a matte light medium peach brown. It's from left to right that I just described, and I will give you natural daylight swatches as well. I like the fact that she introduced this matte, like the metallic gloss, whatever, that one. I really like those 2 shades, the Snug and Homey. Those look absolutely beautiful, like Snug and Homey. But I gotta say, you guys, she's saying that she's debuting those colors in this palette, in the I Need a Warm palette, but I could swear they're the same as this right here in the I Need a Nude, which this one right here, Muse, is definitely that. And this one right here, this one and this one. These 2 I feel like is what she's describing as the Metal Gloss, right? I feel like that's what they are here, this one and this one. I swear. Okay, so let me actually show you. I mean, you tell me, okay? You tell me. There they are, 2 from the I Need a Nude that I suspect is the same as. Okay, so here's Homey and Snug, what she's claiming to be the new Metal Gloss formula, these 2. And here are 2 from the I Need a Nude. These 2 are from the I Need a Nude. Does this not look exactly, does this not look exactly like that? I don't think she's debuting anything, you guys. I think she had already debuted this one in the I Need a Nude palette right here. If in fact this is a complement to this palette, if these 2 are supposed to be twins, only this one's supposed to be nude, this one's supposed to be neutral to cool, and this one's supposed to be warm. If they're the same complementary palettes to each other, then, you know, reason shows that's what it should be, right? So I don't think she's debuting anything here. Honestly, they act the same way. Like, take a good look at this. Look at this shade here. I can't point now that I'm holding both palettes, but they even look the same. Look at those 2 shades right there, Snug and the other one from the other palette. They look exactly the same. I don't think she's debuting anything in this one, you guys. I think if they were already debuted in I Need a Nude palette, I honestly think that, you know, you don't always hear the truth from channels that actually get these products sent to and, you know, have discount codes. But sometimes it's my job to tell you that is what's going on here. I think these two palettes have the exact same formulas, and I also don't think that one the slip cream matte that she's claiming that this is, which is like the basically exact same wet dry formula I've always known for her to have since like the Metro palette, right? It's the same here as well. There's one in here that's exactly that same way, right there. This one. They are the same, you guys. They are the same. I don't think she's really debuting anything new in this palette. I don't know, maybe, but they look the same to me, okay? So I just wanted to let you know that first. So that's the comparison to I Need a Nude, which these two are supposed to be complementary twins. This is neutral to cool. This is warm, the new palette. Let me do some comparisons to other palettes of hers too after the two eye looks, the Natural Daylight demo. Okay, let's jump right in to the Natural Daylight demo. So I'm going to go into this shade first. So I'm just, you know, defining my crease with it. Just getting a nice start. That blended really well. And I'm going to take a smaller blending brush and I'm going to go into a little bit deeper shade right there, right above the first one I used, this shade right there. So I'm going to deepen up that crease a little bit with that. Deepen it up a little bit. Then I'm going to get a dense brush like this and I'm going to go into the chocolate color right above that. So it's actually all along the same, these three colors that I'm using. So just the deeper, more chocolatey type of shade right above the other two shades I used. So I'm going to define my outer V with that. Just slightly tap, 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 and just don't blend it too much. Just leave it there like that. Same here. I'm gonna take a nice, like a defining brush. This is like my favorite one to deposit like metallic or shiny, shimmery colors. And then I'm gonna go into this right there. So this shade is actually called Snug. The other three shades I use, Ripe, Fervor, and Flashover. I'm gonna take that shimmery shade, Snug, and I'm going to put it on the center lid, just on the center. And then I'm going to go to the shade right above it, using the other side of the brush. I think it's called Homey. And I'm going to use that right in the inner corner, inner part of the eye. So, there you go. They're going on really nice. But I'm not super excited using this palette, you guys. I can tell you right now. I mean, you know, these type of basic palettes like warm palettes or neutral palettes or whatever it is, they tend to be a little bit, you know, like monotonal, boring, if you will. Am I like super excited right now doing this eye look? Not really. You know, I mean, not that I'm saying that I want to do like flashy, multicolor eye looks. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's not as, you know, exciting as it can be. You can be really excited doing a very basic, classy look. Depends on the palette. So this palette isn't really getting me excited, you guys. So that's really what I'm saying. So yeah, that's it. That's the eye look. It's not that difficult to do an eye look with a palette like this. It's 1, 2, 3, you're done. So let me highlight the brow bone with another color. So there's like a bone color right there. It's called Mellow. So that is going to go into the brow bone. By the way, with my under eye, like lower lash line, I used flash over right on the line, and then I used Ripe to kind of blend it out. So I'm going to go ahead, put my eyeliner on and the rest of the makeup on, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. It's super basic, you guys. It's basic. It's a basic look. Okay, I'm going to do a halo eye now, and first I'm going to actually start with this shade. This is Soft Spot, I think it's called. Ooh boy, that is darker than I thought it was. Okay, so I guess I will go ahead and do something different from what I was hoping that it would serve as a kind of a transition shade, but it is very pigmented and dark. So I'm gonna change the plan a little bit. So Soft Spot is pretty dark, okay? Now I'm going to go with a darker color. This one right here, Hanker, I think it's called. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the halo with that. Like the tighter, you know, lower this time. The other color was a little bit higher. That. Okay, now I'm going to pick up center lid color. I'm gonna use Phenomena, the only multi-chrome color here. You guys can't see it. It's kind of like a copper and a khaki green shift. So that's what I'm going to put all over the lid. There you go. That's what that looks like. There you go. And I'm gonna put it on this side, on the center lid. That really makes my eyelid look super huge. Like that. That's kind of what I'm going for. You see that? That's actually a really beautiful duochrome shift. So I'm gonna mirror that on the bottom left lash line as well. So I'm going to take the Soft Spot and put it tightly on the two corners of the lower lash line, the inner and outer corners. And then I'm gonna put Phenomena in the middle. Okay, I'm gonna take a smaller pencil brush, pick up Phenomena, I put it right in the center. And I'm gonna go put a nude eyeliner on the waterline, mascara, and all that, and I'll be right back. So I'm back with mascara, eyeliner, and everything on. What do you guys think? This one is a really good one, the shade in the middle, center lid. That has a dual shift. Is it anything super special? No. Have I seen it before? Yes. Really, all of the shades in this palette can be duped by one of my other palettes or eyeshadows that I already have in my collection. So there you go, that's the second look. Alright you guys, so those are the two eye looks that I created with this new I Need a Warm palette. Okay, so my final thoughts. Do I think that this is worth buying? If you already have I Need a Nude right here, and you want a complimentary warm palette that has exact same formulas in them, I think they are the same. Take a good look at those formulas. Okay, right here. Is it not the same as that one in terms of formula? I absolutely believe that. That's one of the new formulas she says she has. And is this not the same as the new, what she says is a new slip matte or whatever? I think it's the same, okay? So yeah, I mean, if you have the nude and you want it complemented with a bunch of warmer tones, then sure. And if you don't mind collecting more of her palettes, but in terms of whether this is worth buying, you know, in terms of uniqueness, here's my thoughts. Do I think that these shades can be duped with anything you might already have if you are somebody who wears makeup all the time? I think these can be easily duped with what you already have because these are very popular warm shades that's in this palette. Is this super exciting? No, it's not. And you know, you can live without it. But I will say I absolutely love this, what she calls is this new formula that she's debuting in this palette. I think it was in the nude. That's why she debuted it, I think. But I do love it. I do love the what do you call it, the gloss, metal gloss colors. I love them. And I absolutely think that she already had this wet dry formula before. It's just new and improved since the Metro palette. She's had this. She's calling it a different name now, and she maybe slightly improved it a little bit because this feels a little more silky over creamy, you know, so sure. So yeah, I mean, I do love the formulas, but I gotta tell you guys, I am a huge fan of Natasha Denona's original ginormous 28 pan palettes with that crushed diamond powder she used to put in there. That's what got me addicted to Natasha Denona. That's what was very different about her. And ever since she came out with these midi palettes, she doesn't do those crushed diamond powder anymore. Yes, they had more fallout, but they were pretty darn spectacular. And those palettes aren't even made anymore. And I'm guarding my two, like, you know, my 228 pan palettes like they're like some kind of gemstones. What made Natasha Denona stand out is no longer really there, I feel like. And are these bad? No. And does she still come out with new amazing formulas? Yes. I love these formulas as well. But is it as groundbreaking as those original 28 pan palettes? Probably not. And these are midi palettes, you know, which I appreciate. I will say, if she were to come out with more of the palettes like the 28 pan, big huge palettes she came out with originally many years ago, if she came out with that same formula with the crushed diamond powder and all that, but a little bit more pressed in a midi palette with a lesser price point, I think would be the best that we can expect from Natasha. But are these bad? Absolutely not. Are they amazing, you know, in terms of like performance and all? Yes. But are they kind of boring a little bit? Like, you look at this. This is the most exciting triochrome or multi-chrome shade in the palette, and it's not all that exciting, you know. We've seen enough of these nudie palettes from her. Now, let me show you what I absolutely love from her. Are these ones right here, the glam palettes, okay, that she came out with. I absolutely adore these. These, I love these. I mean, these are loved and abused. Look at that stuff. I mean, look at that. It's pathetic. And the second one, I got a second one of these, and that's also pathetic because I use so much of it. Now, I love that. Like, I love the beautiful, you know, shiny formula, the shimmer formulas in here. if she comes out with more of these, would be great, because they're face palettes that have like blushes and highlights, which are very, very travel friendly, and they're amazing. I love the shimmer formula in it. I really think it's the new formula that she's talking about, really. Look at that. Anyway, you know, I need a warm as, let me compare it to a few other palettes. The new gold palette, not really, not as warm as the gold palette, which she just came out with as well. I have a full review up of that. If you missed it, check it out. This is warm, but not as warm as this one. Again, you know, boring, like, okay, gold leaning, sure, same thing, kind of, it's getting to be boring now. I hope she stops making any more of these nudie, neutral, you know, warm palettes, and kind of gives us something a little bit more exciting next time. Now this one is the other glam palette. These are also called glam palettes, and this one is also called glam palette, which is a little bit confusing. This one was a little bit more neutral. I don't think this has, actually this one doesn't have that gloss, metal gloss shade. This one doesn't, so it was definitely not starting with this. This is a very good palette to you know, to have, like, it's, you can create everyday to pretty glam type of looks with it. Did I compare the new warm palette to these glam palettes? Let me do that right now. So here it is. You know, some shades are sort of similar. This only has 5 shades, but I think the shine one has fallen out of this, but I think it's the same formula as that metal gloss that she's talking about. And then here's the darker version of the glam palette right here. Some commonalities I see there. Yeah, so you guys, do I think it's super groundbreakingly amazing? No. Have we seen those type of shades before? Yes. Have we seen the metal gloss or the slip cream matte before from other brands? Not really, but can those shades be duped? Absolutely. Are they innovative new shades? No. Those couple of formulas, are they kind of nice? Yes. Did they show up in the warm palette or debut in this new warm palette? I don't believe so. I think they debuted absolutely in the nude palette, but they may have even debuted in the glam palettes, but I know definitely these two are very exact same formulas. These two are the metal gloss colors from the nude palette, and these two are the metal gloss from the nude palette. They are very exact same to me. Keep an eye on this. Okay, take a look. These two, not these, okay? Because I can't point once I hold both of them out. That's from the new, and here's from the old. I think they're the same exact thing. Take a good look, you guys. Take a good look, okay? If you have the nude and you want to complement it with the warm version of it, sure. But is it like super groundbreaking? No. Do I love those formulas from her, the metal gloss and the, you know, slip cream matte? Yes, absolutely. I've always loved her cream to matte, she used to call it, that wet looking one that now she's calling the slip matte. Absolutely love it. But there again, I think Natasha Denona used to be really amazing and groundbreaking with her 28 pan massive palettes. She came out with the diamond, crushed diamond powder and all that. You know, that material probably cost a lot of money, and they were very expensive palettes. They were like $230 some dollars, $39 I think. So what I would love to see from Natasha is that same formula, like that diamond, crushed diamond powder, plus the new innovative ones that she created, like the cream to matte type of thing that she now calls slip matte, with the metal gloss, those new shades and that old diamond powder type formula in one midi palette this size, in a 15 pan palette like the new ones she's releasing at a lower price point. That's what I would love to see from Natasha. I think I can live without it, but since I have the I Need a Nude, I'm gonna keep the I Need a Warm, especially since I have a channel and I collect Natasha Denona makeup. But if you are an average consumer and you just want to have a few palettes, you can absolutely dupe these you know, and if you have I Need a Nude, you already have those new and innovative 2 formulas that she's talking about. I'm 95% sure. I'm not 100% sure, of course I can't verify that, but if you have both palettes, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, you guys, those are my 100% honest truth as always, and I always give you natural daylight application right up front in the camera's face. Like you see my face that big, so you really see how the eye looks are created. Every makeup that I review on my channel, I give you a very up close demo in natural daylights. So let me know if you're planning to pick up this palette. What do you think about what I said? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It really helps me grow this channel. And of course, don't forget to ring that notification bell, because I don't have set upload dates. I try to upload twice a week, beginning of the week and end of the week, but there's no set time or date. So it's very important that you subscribe and ring the notification bell, so when a video goes up, you get alerted. Otherwise, YouTube will not let you know. Even when you're subscribed, it doesn't let you know unless you ring that notification bell. Also, don't forget to follow me on other social media like Instagram, and hop on over to my other big channel, Salon Cleo, all about fragrances, fashion, and other beauty content. Yes, go on over there, show me some support, watch my videos over there, subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.